Hello, you beautiful people. How you all doing? This is Deepika Chakravarti, and welcome to another episode of Chai Pe Book Charcha, where we review a book over a cup of tea. And the book that I'm going to talk about today is something I've been obsessing over ever since I've read it. So much so that I have just suggested it to all my reader friends and to all my non-reader friends. I've been ranting out the story, and they seem to like it as well, not to complain. So that's what I'm going to talk about. But before that, let's just acknowledge the weather today. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday morning, and Delhi में last काफी time से it's been raining. Don't get me wrong, I love rain, but there's something about the sun and the morning and Sunday. I think the combination is lethal. So yeah, let's just proceed with that thought and dive right into the book. So the book that I'm going to talk about today is The Silent Patient by Alex Michalec. It's a psycho thriller, and I love psycho thriller. So yeah. There's no marks for guessing that I love this one too, and I think I've said that already too many times, but that's what I mean. I really like this book. So the protagonist of the story is Alicia. She's a painter and she's very good at what she does. She is married to a person named Gabriel, who is a photographer. They are happily married to each other. They're in love with each other until one day their neighbor heard a gunshot and she called the police, and the police arrived the place, their home. They saw that Gabriel has been tied to a chair, and his hands and legs are tied, and he's been shot in his head 5 times. Standing next to him was Alicia, who was holding a gun and drenched in blood. Her wrists were also slit, depicting that she tried committing suicide, most probably after committing the crime, and that's when she was taken into custody. She had lost a lot of blood, but they could save her, and very next day they started a trial, but to everyone's surprise, Alicia had stopped talking at all. Like, even when people were trying to commit her as the guilty, she was not saying anything in her defense, neither she was saying anything against or feeling guilty or anything of that sort. She was just mum, would not say anything. So the trial was going on, but people had already believed that she was guilty because of the circumstantial evidence. But the trial had to go on regardless, because unless and until the crime had been proved, you couldn't sentence her to anything. She was homebound for some day, and during that time she made a painting. That was the only form of communication that she did, and she painted herself naked, her back towards the audience, and she was painting something on the canvas, but apparently there was nothing on the canvas, and there was blood on her brush, and she named the painting Alcestis. So Alcestis was a Greek heroine who was back from dead. There was a story which I'm not going to reveal. There's a play, there's a Greek mythology which showed Alcestis and her husband getting into some situation because of which Alcestis had to die, and she came back to life, and once she came back to life she stopped talking. So that's what the picture depicted, and there was something obviously that she was trying to convey, but no one could guess it, no one get it, because she was not communicating at all. So it was hard for people to convict her or to even say that she's not guilty. So either way, it was a difficult situation. Also, because she was not mentally stable, she slit her wrist, she was suicidal, so she was taken into a mental asylum. So there she met a person named Theo. She was the psychiatrist who was so eager to make her talk. Theo was so interested and so invested in her story, and he just wanted her to talk by hook or by crook. So he started talking to her, but she would not talk. So because she would not talk, so he thought that he should dive into her past to know why she did this, because no one would do such a horrible crime, especially to the one who they love the most. So he thought that there must be some deep settled trauma that she must have gone through during her early days in her life. So that's how he goes back and try to search her past, and he got down to a lot of information, and that's how he tried to analyze her psyche, and eventually she does talk, and when she does, things takes a turn. You wouldn't even guess the turns that the story took. Obviously the circumstances was such that people were easy to guess and believe that she was guilty, but they moved to the story than just that. So yeah, I think अगर मैं ज़्यादा बोलूँगी I might reveal a lot of important facts about the story, but it's a very good story. There's layer. 3 POVs has been shown. एक तो Alicia's diary POV, Alicia herself talking POV, and Theo's POV. Everything has been laid in such a proper way now that you can't help but think that the writer is a genius. He wrote the whole sequence like. So I'll tell you how. When I was telling the story to my friend, I realized that I had problem in articulating the incidences, articulating the whole story. But the writer, he did it so well that I mean, it just never at any moment made you feel that, now I'm losing it. No, it never make you feel that. It keeps you glued to the story, and that's what I loved about the story. Talking about my analysis of the character and the story, I think, it's a psycho thriller. The patient's psyche and the psychiatrist's psyche has been shown here. So the thing is, whatever your actions are, you always have justification for your actions, and like I say, there's nothing wrong or nothing right about someone's actions. Something that I might think of as inappropriate or wrong, you might consider it or conceive it as right. So I don't think there's anything right or wrong per se. So your actions are always justified by your psyche, justified by your thoughts. So that's what matter. Your intentions, your actions, your conduct, they are your judgment to make. So as an individual, you must have seen in your daily life that regarding any decision, like छोटे से छोटे decision के लिए भी your POV can be different from what other POVs are. So to them it might be a right thing, to you it might be a wrong thing, but you might end up doing that thing regardless of others' opinion, because you in your heart and your mind can justify it. So I realized, as you go through this whole book, you read this book, you realize how people try to justify their actions. That has always intrigued me. Psychiatry as a subject is a very intriguing subject, and as you read this book, you will realize why do I say that. So this is a very good book to read. It's a very good book to see that people have layers. No person is totally good or totally bad. Everyone has layer. Everyone has their own POVs. Everyone has their own justification, judgment making power, and they act accordingly. And yeah, it's a 5-star for me. And I think everyone should give it a read. It's a very छोटा सा book. It has only 300 or something pages. So yeah, I don't think that it would take you long to finish this book, and you would just love it and thank me later. I hope you enjoyed this book as much as I have enjoyed, and I also hope that you enjoyed this review. So yeah, that's all for today. Do let me know if you have read this book, what's your view on this book, and also do let me know if you decide to read this book and come back and tell me that how did you like it. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Let's wrap it, and hope to see you all soon. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the like button, and if you have not already subscribed to my channel, kindly consider subscribing to it because it's absolutely free, and also hit the bell icon right next to it so that every time I upload a video you get notified. With that, let's just wrap up this video, and hope to see you soon again. Until the next time, you all take care of yourselves, and bye.